Have you ever wondered if tinnitus is actually trying to tell you something? I thought this idea is kind of ridiculous when I heard it for the first time, until I realized it actually describes what I've been doing with my clients for a long time. I know, this sounds strange, right? For most of us, tinnitus feels like an enemy, not really a messenger. But just recently, somebody told me something that made me stop and think.
And the problem is the way you see the problem. What's the gift of tinnitus?
And it completely reframed how I understand tinnitus and tinnitus relief. Because if you understand this shift, it can open a very real path to lasting relief. My name is Guy, and I'm a hearing health and tinnitus coach. I myself have been managing severe hearing loss and severe tinnitus for more than 15 years now. I apply all my knowledge and all my experience to help other tinnitus sufferers. A few days ago, I spoke with a man named Greg Garrett. He calls himself the corporate yogi. Greg spent years building a very successful business career and later started helping people grow through life's challenges. But during our conversation, he said something that caught me completely off guard. He said, what if tinnitus is not only a problem to eliminate, but also a teacher trying to get your attention? My first thought was probably exactly what you're thinking right now. When you're living with tinnitus day and night, the last thing you want to hear is that tinnitus is trying to teach you something. I told him, Greg, you clearly haven't dealt with tinnitus on daily basis. But then he explained something that made me really stop and think. He talked about meditation practices where people actually create inner sounds to reach a deeper level of awareness. Not to escape them, but actually to understand them.
In some traditions, the sounds in the head, people are trying to create them. With tinnitus, people are trying to get rid of them.
He wasn't saying that tinnitus is the same thing, but he was suggesting that for some people, tinnitus might eventually become a signal, a way that your body and mind are asking for a change. He called it spiritual. I have always called it practical. But in the end, we are describing the same transformation. From my own experience, I've only seen people reach lasting relief and habituation through acceptance, transformation, and refocus, teaching the brain that tinnitus is not dangerous and that it does not deserve any priority. When you change your reaction to tinnitus and stop fighting with the symptoms, that is when tinnitus is going to fade into the background and you're going to get lasting relief. Greg's words just gave it a different name or a different perspective. So maybe we are describing the same process after all. He calls it listening to a teacher, and I call it reframing the brain response to the tinnitus symptoms. And that realization made me to think deeper what tinnitus is actually signaling and how that is exactly when relief begins. If you want effective and practical tools to calm tinnitus down and reframe your brain's focus, I've built a free tinnitus community that contains all this information and tools. Inside, you will find sound therapy resources, multiple relaxation technique options, and step by step guidance you can start following today. You will find a link in the description below. Think about how you experience tinnitus when you're stressed, tired, or overwhelmed. Tinnitus gets louder and it seems like it has control over your life. So what if that sound isn't just a random noise? What if it's a built-in signal that something in your system needs attention? It could be your stress, your rest, your nutrition, or other things that are going on and amplifying your tinnitus symptoms. If you ever experience tinnitus symptoms getting louder during stressful days, you've already seen exactly what I'm talking about. In that sense, the teacher isn't mythical at all. It's just feedback from your own body and mind. And when you start noticing that, then relief becomes possible. Over the years, I've seen this pattern again and again. When people stop responding to tinnitus with fear and stress, and instead responding to it with calm, the brain stops treating tinnitus as an alarm. That's exactly how it happened to me as well. It wasn't instant, but the moment I finally stopped reacting, everything started to change. When that happens, something powerful shifts. The sound starts to fade into the background. It loses the emotional grip it has on you. And this is when relief, real lasting relief, is happening. Because if you think about it, tinnitus doesn't just teach us about sound, it teaches us about life. How to stay grounded under pressure, how to stay relaxed when the instinct is to panic, and how to live with awareness and control instead of tension and fear. So maybe tinnitus is trying to tell us something. Not through words, obviously, but through what it teaches us about slowing down, focusing, and living quality life in a different way. And this is why I really appreciate Greg's words. It's really a reminder that the process I've been following for years now contains the same wisdom, just in a practical form. Now, I know this idea is not gonna land right for everyone, and this is completely okay. If you're still in the early stages where tinnitus and related symptoms feel overwhelming, what I'm talking about right now may seem like it makes no sense, but eventually you will see that lasting relief does not come from resisting tinnitus. It comes from transforming your relationship with it. That's how your brain learns to tune it out and live normal and quality life again. And if you would like personal help with that process, from finding calm to habituation, you can schedule a free tinnitus strategy session with me. We'll look at your specific tinnitus situation, your challenges, and your goals, and we'll create a personalized relief plan that will fit you and get you moving forward as quickly as possible. You can find that link in the description below as well. If you're not sure what your tinnitus type is or what caused it, watch this video here that will take you through all tinnitus types and how to treat them as well. And if you would like to learn about a unique way to get relief, watch this video here that will show you how to utilize your own nervous system to get relief as quickly as possible. I'll see you in these videos.